Yeah. Pull up a chair. Real stories only. No filters. No caps. Staxx in the building. Chattin with Staxx. Where the real ones talk. Every scar got a story. Every mile got a walk. From the cell block walls to a brand new path. Everybody got a pass when you're chatting with Staxx. Chattin with Staxx. Let the truth come out. No fake headlines. No manufactured clout. Just life on the table. Every lesson attached. You might leave change when you're chatting with Staxx. Seen no bikers. Seen ex-cons too. Seen folks rebuild when they thought they were through. Some came from violence. Some came from pain. Some lost everything and got it all back again. Microphone on. Let the conversation breathe. Everybody got something hidden up they sleeve. Not preaching perfection. Not selling the dream. Just showing what survival really means. The streets leave marks that the cameras can't see. Years of hard lessons become history. Some carry regret. Some carry pride. Some still fighting demons they can never quite hide. With Staxx, where the real ones talk. Every scar got a story. Every mile got a walk. From the cell block walls to a brand new path. Everybody got a pass when you're chatting with Staxx. One guest says prison changes whole view. Another says sobriety pulled them through. One talks motorcycles, another talks faith. Everybody trying to find their place. No Hollywood script, no polished disguise. You can see the truth sitting right in their eyes. The road gets rough, everybody knows, but strength is measured by how far you grow. Some lost brothers, some buried friends. Some hit rock bottom and climb back again. That's why people listen when the stories get deep, because real recognizes real in every scene with Staxx. Where the real ones talk. Every scar got a story. Every mile got a walk. From the cell block walls to a brand new path. Everybody got a pass when you're chatting with Staxx. Chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about what's going on with this Cadillac Ranch situation, because there's a lot of people online that are calling these guys heroes, but the police are putting a different narrative out there. It's very weird the way this whole thing is transpiring and the way they're like demonizing the motorcycle club. I mean, they go there every event. They don't go there to cause trouble. So it's really weird. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. If you want to donate to the show, hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx, or to hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. But today, I don't want you to donate to my show. If you can, donate to the GoFundMe page that's set up for the kid that was shot at this bike night. There's a link in the description of this video. I'll put a link in the chat right now. If you can, donate. Gory Rory, what's going on? Ken, how are you? This family really could use your help. Please donate if you can. The link is in the chat, and there's a link in the description of this video. Thank you guys all for joining me today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. There's a lot of stuff going on. So we're going to be up in Canada today. We're going to go over to Australia. And there's a lot of motorcycle accidents to talk about. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Let's see here. So, police identify motorcyclist killed in Butler County crash. Fairfield Township, Ohio. Fairfield Township police have identified a 29-year-old motorcyclist who died in an overnight crash. Police said officer on patrol noticed a motorcycle lying on the side of the median in Ohio near Headgate Road around 2 a.m. and found a male unconscious. Preliminary investigation indicates the tires on the motorcycle, which began driven by Kenneth McDonald of Hamilton, went into the grass median before turning onto the road, police said. The investigation indicates McConnell then lost control. His motorcycle went back to the median where he was ejected. He was pronounced dead at the medical center, Westchester Medical Center. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. I mean, there are so many crashes. Craig, how you doing? There are so many crashes to talk about. Like it's just constant. Like I could sit here all day and talk about these crashes. Motorcycle accident with injuries reported in Henderson. This is out of Kentucky. A motorcycle accident with injuries was reported in Henderson. Dispatch confirms the call in on Highway 41 near Dixon Road. No other information was confirmed at this time. They say the scene should be cleared soon. Let's see. An 18-year-old motorcyclist was killed in a crash in Muskego. An 18-year-old motorcyclist was killed in a two-vehicle crash Friday in Muskego, according to the Muskego Police Department. Officers say Tess Corners Fire Department responded to Woods Road near Parkland Drive at approximately 11:21 p.m. Friday for a crash involving a van and a motorcycle. According to preliminary investigation, the van was traveling westbound and the motorcycle was traveling eastbound when the motorcycle crossed the center line and struck the van. Officers found 18-year-old male motorcycle rider with severe injuries. Life-saving measures were attempted, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the van was 48-year-old man, was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Police say he was treated and released. Authorities say the van's driver had been cooperative with the investigation. No other occupants were in either vehicle. The Wisconsin State Patrol responded and assisted the crash reconstruction. The investigation remains ongoing. Police say no additional information will be released at this time, and it's an active investigation. Two killed in a crash involving a motorcycle and a tractor trailer on US 27 in Miramar. This is out of Florida, Miramar, Florida. Two people were killed in a crash involving a motorcycle and a tractor trailer on US 27 on Saturday morning, authorities said. According to the Miramar Police Department, officers responded to the crash at 1:38 a.m. near mile marker 21 on southbound US 27. Investigators say traffic had slowed on the highway when the motorcycle was unable to stop in time and was struck the rear of the tractor trailer. They say both occupants on the motorcycle were pronounced dead at the scene. Their identities had not been released pending the notification to the next of kin. Authorities have established a large investigation scene at southbound US 27, closed at Pine Boulevard. And Miramar Police Department Traffic Homicide Unit investigates. Motorcyclists are urged to avoid the area and use alternate routes. Or motorists, they said. Preliminary information indicates traffic had already been stopped because of separate vehicle fire before the fatal collision. So there was a fire, obviously, right? And they were pulling up to the scene, and the tractor trailer obviously stopped pretty quick, and the motorcyclist rammed into the back of him, and he had a passenger on the back of his bike, and they were both pronounced dead at the scene. Traffic was backed up for at least a half a mile north of the scene when the motorcycle and tractor trailer became involved in the crash. Officials have not confirmed any additional circumstances leading up to the collision. Officers from the Miramar And Pines Police Department responded to the scene. Police said the investigation remains ongoing. So if you guys don't know, there was the big meetup type thing up in Canada. And you remember the police said, "Be aware, bikers are coming to the community." And then they make another report out to the public that there's nothing to worry about. So they changed their tone. Like, it was pretty wild, right? So authorities say bike gangs descend on Windsor, Canadian authorities say. Outlaw biker gangs from Canada and the U.S. descend on Windsor for Hell's Angel party, they say. Roughly 800 outlaw bikers rolled into Windsor over the weekend. This party is a must. If you're a member, your clubhouse has to be represented from everywhere you are, said Windsor Police Chief. It's a mandatory run for them. They'll be coming from all over Canada and likely some from the States, they said. Windsor Police Services issued an alert on Monday, and hundreds of outlaw bikers would be in Windsor, Essex from July 16th to the 19th. Windsor officers are monitoring the gang members, they say, this weekend in a joint force operation with the OPP-led Biker Enforcement Unit. We already know what they're doing, right? I think the police shouldn't be called. They shouldn't get involved with any of this shit until they're called, right? Large containment of outlaw bikers gathered in Hell's Angels Howard Avenue Clubhouse in Amherstburg Friday morning. Large flags emblazoned with Hell's Angel Windsor City flapped in the wind at the mouth of the driveway, they say. They're not looking for trouble here, but here, and no doubt that there is business, they said. Multiple bikers wearing club colors, including those for, and they say here, gangs, including Hells Angels and Red Devils from East Toronto, were posted on the side of the road. Several more people sat in front of the porch of the house at the front property. Some of them had their face covered, and none of them would talk to the star. Of course, they want to talk to the star. The club members are in town for an annual party, sometimes referred to as the Canadian Run, which changes locations every year. Last year was in Calgary. Wherever it's held, the party is mandatory. It's a celebration of their club, they said. The wave of bikers started arriving at Windsor, Essex on Thursday. Police expect about 750 to 800 bikers to descend on the region, including Hells Angel members among their affiliates and public clubs. People are going to see large numbers of groups of them running together in full colors. Crowley said, this is like the police biker unit guy. We'll see them in restaurants, bars, and strip clubs. I mean, they're coming there to spend money. I don't understand why they got to demonize these people every time, right? They're coming to put money into your community. Despite the large presence of gang members, they said, Crowley said the general public has nothing to worry about. It's probably the safest weekend around. They're not looking for trouble, he said. They want to keep under the radar. We'll be aware of what's going on, and we're prepared for anything, they said. Most of the festivities will take place at the Hells Angels Clubhouse at the 7800 block of Howard Avenue in Amherstburg. Crowley said that they're among three main biker gangs with a permanent presence in Windsor area, along with Satan's Choice in Queensman. But it's unclear who has a ticket to the Hells Angel party. Satan's Choice has some presence here now, Crowley said. They don't historically get along. But for this kind of get-together, they may have kind of said, hey, we'll just leave each other be for this. I mean, Harley has come online and openly said he does not have a problem with any other club up there in Canada, but somehow these authorities in Canada seem to think that there is a big problem. The Queensmen once had a clubhouse. Crowley said that they're now based in Amherstburg, where they keep a low profile. They're around still, a little more active in their recruiting because there's more of an older club for a long time, Crowley said. They have some younger members now, but the Hells Angels have the biggest presence in Essex County. So they were talking about Saint's Choice. They have hosted many large gatherings at the local clubhouse, including annual party in 2010. They also have a big bash 2011 to celebrate the 10th anniversary of their official arrival in Ontario. In 2006, estimated 500 bikers gathered in Windsor for the 5th anniversary with a party that included fireworks and AC/DC cover band. They held Labor Day weekend barbecues from 2008 2009. Bikers also traveled from across Ontario in 2003 for the official christening of the new gang's Amherstburg clubhouse. I don't know why they keep calling them a gang in this article. In the 1700 block of Howard Avenue, the property in which has a collection of buildings, including a house, is still their local headquarters. They took possession of it in May 2003 after pulling up stakes from their Windsor compound. In March of 2003, anticipating the club's move to Howard Avenue, Amherstburg Council rushed through the anti-forfeiture bylaw. It banned security measures such as armored doors, bulletproof windows, electric fences, saddlebags piled against walls to protect against explosions. The Hells Angels clubs in dozens of countries and thousands of members and the biggest outlaw motorcycle gangs in the world, they said. It's founded in 1948 in California, billing itself the Club Motorcycle Enthusiasts. It's claimed that its members keep to this day, but numerous police and intelligence agencies, including the Supreme Court of Canada and Criminal Intelligence Services, classify the club as a criminal organization. Multiple Hells Angel members in Canada and elsewhere have been charged and convicted of an array of crime, including drug trafficking, assault, and murder. This is organized crime, said Crowley. We have very high intelligence on them and we keep tabs on them. There's nothing to worry about. These people will keep to themselves, particularly if you leave them alone. They are not looking for trouble here, but there is no doubt they are here in business. Pretty much anything to make money they're involved with, he said. I mean, they'll say anything, right? To demonize these people. It's crazy. But what do you guys think of this situation? I mean, Canada's a whole different place, right? So there is a lot going on. With this situation, I've spoken to a few people, and they're calling the club members heroes for stopping the gunman, but they're being demonized by the press and the police. And in one article, they said that the shooter fled the scene. But clearly, from what I'm hearing, is they took him down, right? They stopped him. But in other reports, they're saying that the police don't know who the shooter is because he fled the scene. It's very odd. It says what began as summer for motorcycle enthusiasts quickly descended into violence when alleged A year-old financial dispute erupted into a brutal assault gunfire at a popular Connecticut bar, according to police. Authorities said the incident unfolded Wednesday evening during the bike night at Cadillac Ranch in Southington, where hundreds of riders and motorcycle club members and spectators had gathered for their end of the night. One man suffered a gunshot wound to the chest, and another severely beaten, and multiple arrests have been made as investigators work to determine exactly how this all escalated. Says police were dispatched around 7 p.m. after receiving reports of someone been shot. Emergency caller told dispatchers a wounded victim was being treated by bystanders who attempted to stop the bleeding, while the suspect shooter is believed to be still at the scene. And then they report that he fled the scene. So it's very weird, right? When officers arrived, they encountered a chaotic environment. The parking lot surrounding property were packed with people attending the event, making it difficult for first responders to immediately secure the scene. According to the arrest reports, they observed a large disturbance involving several members wearing red and black motorcycle vests. Officer found a 25-year-old man suffered a gunshot wound to the chest, while several people were attempting to provide life-saving aid until paramedics arrived. He was transported to the hospital. He's in critical condition. Now, they set up a GoFundMe page, and I put it in the link in the description of this video. If you can help donate, please help. It says support Justin Woodbury's recovery and care. I believe one of his family members put this up. But it says Justin Woodbury, Virginia's beloved son, was tragically caught in the crossfire in an innocent bystander at Cadillac Ranch. Justin was struck by a stray bullet, resulting in significant injuries that left him on life support. He's expected to remain in the hospital for several months, facing multiple surgery and a long road of rehabilitation ahead. This sudden and senseless event has turned Justin's life upside down. An emotional toll on the family has been immense. As Justin fights for recovery, the mounting medical expenses and everyday bills are becoming overwhelming. Virginia and their family are doing everything they can to support Justin, but the costs are far beyond what they can manage alone. The funds raised through the campaign will go directly towards Justin's medical care, surgeries, rehabilitations, essentials billed during his recovery. Every contribution, no matter the size, will make a meaningful difference in helping Justin and his family navigate through this incredibly difficult time. So if you can donate, anything will help. Again, the link is in the description of this video, but there are a lot of people that have said that these guys are heroes for stopping the shooter. I mean, who brings a gun to a bike night like that, right? Where there's going to be families and all that. It's just crazy. But the media is really demonizing these guys. Let me see if I can find this. And I believe the shooter has been identified by one of the news stations. I'm seeing if I can find. Let me see. I'm trying to find one of these firsthand accounts where the people were saying that if it wasn't for these guys, it could have been really bad. I'll go through it after and get it for you guys. But anyway, they raised $18,880 so far. They're trying to raise $30,000. If you can donate, please do. I'm sure this family would appreciate it. Is anyone from Canada in the chat? How many fires are still going on? The fires are insane. It makes it hard to breathe outside, and it doesn't smell like, like a campfire anymore. I don't know. I hear that it's toxic to people, and if it gets in your lungs, it's not good. It starts to go into your bloodstream, and then people start having problems because of this smoke. I think I have a video of it too. Let me check. Oh yeah, we got another case to talk about up in Detroit. If you guys haven't heard about that, this guy has been arrested. He was on probation, right? Probationer charged in fatal shooting at Detroit Motorcycle Club. A Detroit man accused in a fatal shooting outside of a motorcycle club on the city's west side has been charged, officials say. Samuel Spencer Tipton Jr. was arraigned Wednesday in the 36th District of Detroit. And Wayne County Prosecutor's Office said the 35-year-old is charged with first-degree murder, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, 2 counts of using a firearm during the commission of a felony, authorities said. The magistrate ordered Tipton to be held in the Wayne County Jail without bond and is scheduled to appear in court July 24th. If convicted, he faces up to life in prison for the murder charge, up to 5 years for the prohibited person charge, possession of a firearm, and up to 2 years in prison for each count of using a firearm during a felony. Tipton's attorney, Jonathan Jones, was not immediately available for comment Friday. This is the incident. Police said officers were called at about 3 a.m. March 1st to a motorcycle club at the 7100 block of West Warren Avenue for reports of a shooting. They arrived and found Daryl Moore inside the club with a gunshot wound to his neck, according to officials. Medics arrived and pronounced the Detroit resident dead. Detectives said they believed Tipton approached Moore and shot him in the neck before fleeing. Police said officers arrested the suspect last week. Tipton is a probationeer, whatever that is. It means he's on probation, right? And he was set for release of supervision next year. So this guy's on like pre-release. So, according to Michigan Department of Corrections, he was sentenced in 2025 to 2 years of probation for carrying a concealed weapon, the agency said. He also has previous convictions for possession of burglary tools, operating a chop shop, carrying a concealed weapon. According to Corrections Department, in 2021, Tipton was charged in connection with a shooting at Detroit Banquet Hall that left 1 man dead and 5 other people with non-fatal injuries. This case was later dismissed, according to court records. Like, you can't make this up. Tipton's case is the first case in which defendants have been accused of first-degree murder. Last week, a fugitive from Guatemala linked to the Farmington Hills man's death 25 years ago was found and arraigned on murder charges. So this guy he killed 1 person and shot 5 other people at a banquet hall. They dropped the charges. He gets arrested again for possession of a weapon, and they put him on probation. And then while he's on probation, he does this. So earlier this month, Farmington Hills man was charged in connection with the alleged murder of his grandmother And last month, a Royal Oak nanny was ordered to stand trial for murdering an 83-year-old man with a screwdriver October 24th, 2025. Like, damn. What the hell is in the water out there? Another situation. This is crazy, right? She says, I shot him. I shot him. Woman charged for shooting. Man she found under her daughter's bed. Memphis, Tennessee. A Memphis mother is accused of shooting a man to death in southwest Memphis after she caught him hiding under her daughter's bed. Kendra Scott is charged with first-degree murder and employment of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony. When officers responded to the shooting call at the home at the 300 block of Travis Road, when they arrived at the scene, they said they found a man dead near the front porch. The man, who has been identified as Rodris Morton, was pronounced dead after suffering a gunshot wound to the back of the head. The woman, later identified as Kendra Scott, stated to police, I saw a dude under my kid's bed and did what I had to do. Officers said that they spoke to a neighbor who told them he heard banging. When he came outside, he saw a man shot near the front porch. The neighbor also said that she saw Scott standing in the front porch saying, I shot him, while still holding the gun. Scott was then detained and taken in for questioning. A juvenile who was a witness at the residence at the 300 block of Travis Road, also interviewed by investigators. The juvenile allegedly told them the Morton has been invited inside the home and came through the back door at 1 a.m. Investigators say the juvenile told Scott came home around 1:30, knocking loudly on the front door and yelling, "Who's at my house?" The juvenile stated that she was scared of Scott because she had a gun in her hand, visibly angry, and that Scott previously told her, if I see a boy in this house, I will put a hole in his ass. Then the juvenile finally let Scott in the home. Morin was found hiding under the bed in the juvenile's home, investigators said. As Morin was leaving the residence, he and Scott got into a verbal argument, and Scott yelling at him, "Get out of my blanket house." Once Scott and Morin made it to the front porch, the juvenile said she heard one gunshot. Scott did not have a bond and is scheduled to appear in court on Monday. Crazy situation. Like, what the hell? Hey, Nordic Wave, how you doing? Gory Rory's in the building. Tommy, what's up, man? SoCal, how you doing? Bella, Jason, how are you? Yeah, I'm not buying that Nordic Wave. Al Roseberry, how you doing? How is the smoke where you guys are? Is it bad? Pablo, what's good, Pablo? How you doing? I heard it's gonna get real bad. The smoke's gonna get real bad tomorrow. It's gonna be like dark outside. Did you guys hear this story? Two teens desperate fight changes everything in park attack. This is in Southbury, Connecticut. Two teenage girls escape an alleged attempted assault at a Connecticut state park after fighting back against a man prosecutors say threatened them with a knife and tried to force them into a wooded area, authorities said. Investigators with the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection said the incident happened Monday at Kettletown State Park in Southbury. Authorities identified the suspect as 23-year-old Darius Monero, who was later arrested on multiple felony charges in connection with the encounter. According to prosecutors, Monero confronted the girls while armed with a knife and threatened to assault them and rob them. During this struggle, he allegedly grabbed the teen and attempted to pull them off the trail into a wooded area against their will. Prosecutors told the court that one of the girls was forced to the ground during the confrontation, while the other allegedly grabbed him around the neck. Despite the attack, the teenagers resisted and continued looking for an opportunity to escape. Court testimony indicated that one of the girls managed to break free, began throwing rocks at him. Repeated blows allowed a second for the teens to escape. Both girls ran from the scene and sought help before law enforcement arrived. Authorities said Monero later made statements to investigators that prosecutors referred to at his arraignment, including comments about his actions to S interests. Court documents indicate he had been living in his vehicle and was from outside Connecticut. He faces numerous charges: attempted assault, robbery, assault, strangulation, unlawful restraint, interfering with emergency call, carrying a dangerous weapon, disorderly conduct, according to environmental conservative police. The judge ordered him being held on $250,000 bond following his arraignment. The investigation remains ongoing. Lots of rain over here. Social rejects, what's going on? It's lurking in the shadows here. That smoke is not good, man. But anyway, if you can donate to this GoFundMe, this kid could really use your help. There's a link in the description of this video. It doesn't matter how big or how small of donation. If you can't donate, please share it on your social medias. These guys aren't the type of guys that go around looking for trouble. You know what I mean? So I'm not buying the whole media's narrative. Just read some of the comments online and you'll see. A lot of people are saying these guys stop things from getting real bad from people that were there. And you said you carry a gun, right? Yeah, this guy's got a crazy criminal history. He's not even supposed to be carrying a weapon. So you bring a weapon to a fucking family event? We'll see, right? But anyway, we got a show tomorrow. The real reason why Rusty Dusty left. We're going to talk about Joshy tomorrow. Crazy video to show you guys. Stay tuned. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin With Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.